The Quit India movement, also known as the August Kranti or the Bharat Chodo Andolan, was a pivotal movement in the struggle for India's independence from British rule. On 8 August 1942, the Indian National Congress, led by Mahatma Gandhi, launched the movement officially. Mahatma Gandhi gave the famous slogan "Do or Die" in his speech at the Gowalia Tank Maidan in Mumbai. This Maidan or grounds is now called the August Kranti Maidan in honor of this movement. The Congress Working Committee passed a resolution known as the Quit India Resolution. This resolution sought an immediate end to British rule over India and sanctioned a civil disobedience movement. It also called for the formation of a provisional government in India after the withdrawal of the British and declared that a free India would be committed to defending itself against imperialism and fascism. What were Mahatma Gandhi's instructions to the various sections of the public? He urged government servants to proclaim their loyalty to the Congress party but not to resign from their jobs. He asked soldiers to continue with the army but not to fire on their compatriots, that is, Indians. He also asked peasants to pay the rent to their landlords or zamindars if they were anti-British and refrain from paying rents if the zamindars were pro-British. Now, what were the causes of the Quit India movement? For this, we must understand the backdrop against which it was launched. The Second World War had started in 1939. Japan was a part of the Axis powers and was advancing towards the northeastern frontiers of India. Now, India was under Britain, which was a part of the Allied powers. The British had abandoned their territories in Southeast Asia, leaving their populations vulnerable, which further eroded trust among Indians in the British ability to defend India against Axis forces. Mahatma Gandhi believed that if the British withdrew from India, Japan would have little reason to invade. Along with news of British defeats in the war, wartime hardships like rising prices of essential goods fueled resentment against the British government. On top of that, the failure of the Cripps mission to offer any constitutional solutions for India's issues led the INC to call for a mass civil disobedience movement. The Cripps mission was a one-man mission in the form of Stafford Cripps, who had been sent to India to garner support from Indians for the British war effort. Now, how did the British government respond to the movement? All the major leaders of the INC, such as Gandhi himself, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, were all arrested. In fact, over 1 lakh people were imprisoned for taking part in the movement. The government tried to suppress the movement brutally. There were lathi charges and mass floggings and even police firings in which about 10,000 people lost their lives. The government banned the INC with almost all its major leaders behind bars for most of the war. The people responded to Mahatma Gandhi's clarion call enthusiastically. There were demonstrations and strikes all over British India. Although, in the absence of major leaders, there were some stray incidents of violence as well. In some places such as Balia, Tamluk and Satara, parallel governments were also established. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose at this time was outside the country setting up the Indian National Army and the Azad Hind government or the Provisional Government of Free India. It is to be noted that the Quit India movement did not enjoy support from all quarters. The Muslim League opposed it because they wanted the country's partition before the British left. The Communist Party of India opposed it since it wanted Indians to support the British war effort as Britain and the Soviet Union were on the same side. In fact, the British government revoked its ban on the Communist Party because it stayed away from the movement. The Hindu Mahasabha was against the movement as it thought it would jeopardize internal security during the war. What was the significance of the Quit India movement? What were the outcomes? The movement lasted until 1944. Even though it did not achieve complete independence immediately, it did set the stage for the last phase of India's freedom struggle and ultimate independence in 1947. The Quit India movement left no doubt that Indians now wanted complete independence, not just more rights or dominion status. Another significant development was the rise of young leaders. Owing to the absence of major leaders who were arrested in the wake of the movement, new young leaders emerged such as Jayaprakash Narayan, Ram Manohar Lohia, Aruna Asaf Ali, and Usha Mehta. More importantly, the movement made it clear that India could not be ruled without the backing of its people. Well, that brings us to the end of the video. But I have a question for you. Do you know who coined the term Quit India? Post your answer in the comment section. I'll give you a clue. It is the same person who coined the Simon Go Back slogan. Thanks for watching. For more such videos, please like and share the video and subscribe to this channel.